Welcome, 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 everybody, to another live Google Hangout here at Black Wealth Empowerment Live. My name is Daryl Muhammad, coming to you live from Houston, Texas. Houston, Texas, for broadcast number 72. And we're happy that you decided to be with us this evening, brothers and sisters. We are excited to bring you another nugget-packed broadcast here at Black Wealth Empowerment Live, because that's what we do. We bring you things that you probably can't get from anywhere else. Because why? Because we need it the most. Those that are in most need of this information is Black people here in America. That's Black Wealth Empowerment. We have wealth. It belongs to us as we receive it, but we have yet to really use it to empower ourselves. And that's what this broadcast is here. Every Sunday, by God's grace, we come to you with the best of the best that we can find, either on our own or that we have in our membership. Last week, we had our sister Shina Key sharing us her book entitled Wealth is a Mindset. Wealth is a Mindset. You want to definitely reach out to our sister and find out more information about her book and see how she can give you that mindset of wealth. Okay, so excited, brothers and sisters. We want you to come on in, and as always, go to the private, elusive, exclusive Facebook group where we will be hearing from you. We want you to announce who you are, where you're from, and what business you have, or what affiliation that you have wherever you live. All right, so we want to welcome everybody, and want you to just get comfortable. Right? Get comfortable so the information that we share with you can seek in. We asked the question, what are you waiting on? This is the third month of the new year. What are you waiting on? All right. Now, Sister Brandy, our membership coordinator, won't be with us tonight. Unfortunately, she just made us aware of that. She won't be able to be with us. But our Courage Coach, we expected him to join us any minute now. And as you know, the Courage Coach is always traveling around the country, inspiring and motivating people and helping them reach their peak performance. That's what it's all about, brothers and sisters. It's all about reaching peak performance. You know, that's not just restricted to the athletes, right? It's not just restricted to the performers. We all are peak performers. We all should be striving to be peak performers. Every day that we wake up, we're performing in this thing called life. And we should strive to perform at our peak every day, right? We should never settle for less than what we're capable on that particular day, at that particular time. That's how empowerment is received. Empowerment is received by us taking all the energy that we have at that particular moment and directing it towards a goal and objective. All right. So this is your first time here. You want to go to the private, elusive, exclusive Facebook group so you can be a part of this conversation. All right. That link below, you see that link below this broadcast right here, live virtual networking. Click on that. That will take you to our private, elusive, exclusive Facebook group. And I'll be going there, or the Courage Coach will be going there here shortly, just to welcome some of our new members. But you want to go there, you want to click join so we can qualify you for this membership. This is a private group. All right. That's why if you go to our group right now on Facebook, it says closed group. That means private. Okay. Now we're going to vet you and make sure that you're the type of person that can add value to the group, because the whole platform is based on giving, right? We're part of a giver's economy. Giver economy goes like this: one who outgives others in his or her marketplace out earns, out receives other in his or her marketplace. That's what a giver in the giver economy understands, right? So we're part of this universal community of givers believing in the giver's economy, or the giver's community philosophy. And that's what that is. We have to learn how to give, right? We have to give more than we take. And then that way we're always adding to. So someone else can come and they can receive. So we want to make sure we add and give more than we receive. Okay? As long as we give more than we receive, we'll always leave some for someone else. So we're part of this giver's economy, brothers and sisters. We want you to give, share, share, share. That's what it's about. We're going to ask all through this broadcast, and it's the hour of power. It's only 1 hour. All right? We're going to ask that you constantly share. You constantly share this stream during this broadcast, and if you're watching it on the replay. Now, if you're watching it live, just right above this video, you see some tabs. We want you to use those tabs. Click on the Facebook like, click on the Facebook share, hashtag BW Hangout, we are live. Hashtag BW Hangout, we are live. And that goes out to everybody on your Facebook page. All your friends see that you're here live with us this evening at Black Wealth Empowerment Live. Do the same thing with your Twitter, hashtag BW Hangout. All right, Instagram, Pinterest, all those tabs. If you have an account there, then go ahead. We need for you to share it right now. Share it right now, brothers and sisters, because we're going to get into some content here. We're going to give you 4 steps that you can take. We wanted to give you some action steps. We want you to be able to take information from these broadcasts and be inspired, and that's what the Courage Coach does. But we also want you to have something that you can, what they say, sink your teeth into, right? That you can actually go out there and use to manifest economic empowerment for yourself, your family, but most importantly, our community. All right? We're living in some very interesting times, brothers and sisters. We're living in some very decisive times, right? You have to make a decision unequivocally. You have to decide, put your stake in the sand and say, this is the thing that I'm going to go for. This is the thing that I'm going to live for. This is the thing that I'm going to do every day. There is no holiday. There is no days off. There's breaks and pauses, but no days off, right? No days off. How many days can you work consecutively towards your financial empowerment, your financial freedom for yourself, your family, but most importantly, your community? Those are 3 different objectives, all wrapped up into one, but they're 3 separate objectives. Now, what are you going to do to implement that? What are you going to put into place to accomplish that goal? That's something that you can do simultaneously, brothers and sisters, right? We have to understand there's some things we have to do in isolation. We have to do one at a time. But if it's all cohesive, then we can accomplish and we can work on them all at the same time. I mean, all simultaneously, all after each other, but in a concentrated period of time. Not once I get my family, once I get myself empowered and I have $20,000 in the bank, then I'm going to do something for my family. Once I get $100,000 in the bank, then I'm going to do something for my community. We can be doing all of them at the same time. And we should be doing all of them at the same time. Right? Stop limiting yourself. Empowerment is about living in your potential, living in your capacity, right? And expansion and growing. That's what empowerment means. We only reach the level of empowerment if we continue to grow, continue to expand, continue to reach our potential, our capacity, right? That's what we have to do. What are you waiting on, brothers and sisters? How many more live webcasts will you have to be on? How many more periscopes do you have to be on? How many more events do you have to go to? What are you waiting on? When are you waiting on to live your God-given potential? Strive in that direction. Reach, for that capacity. What are we waiting on? Right? When the time is right, you have to move out. When the time is right, you have to move out. You got to exert yourself. You have to get in that space. And the time is right, brothers and sisters. Those of us who are living here in America, we're living in a political season. It doesn't matter if you're involved in the actual process or not. That doesn't negate the season that we're living in. We're living in the political season where candidates are jockeying for positions of power. Positions of power. Power constantly exists, even though we may be powerless. It doesn't mean there's an absence of power in existence. It just means we need to get some. Just means we don't have any. What are you waiting on, brothers and sisters? Know that whatever we're doing, we can do more. Whatever we're doing, we have the capacity to do more. There is no limit to the capacity of a human being. Why? Because there's no limit in the capacity of his or her mind. If your mind can think it, conceive it, and believe it, you can achieve it. That's a famous quote from Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich. We have to remind ourselves these things, especially in times of obstacles, especially times of difficulty, especially times of extreme trials, right? We have to remind ourselves with these quotations, with these words of certainty. You may not be certain, but if we engulf our brains and our minds with words of certainty, then it will make us more certain of what we're able to do, what we must do, and what we can do. Welcome to Black Wealth Empowerment Live Google Hangout here, brothers and sisters. If you're just joining us, my name is Daryl Muhammad. I'm one of the hosts here, but our courage coach should be joining us pretty soon. All right? He's always traveling, brothers and sisters, and wherever he can hurry up and set up and hurry up and get an internet signal, he shows up. He shows up. So we expect him to join us here in the next couple of minutes. But in between time, right? In the meantime, in between time, we're going to continue with this broadcast. We want you to share right now. You have those links right above your head. Go ahead and share and put whatever message you want to put in there, right? Now it's time for you to freestyle. Go ahead and put whatever message you want to put up there in those links. You have to pay it forward, we call it. Pay it forward. It's an act of kindness for someone else without looking for anything in return, right? It's an act of kindness towards or for someone else without looking for anything in return, all right? So brothers and sisters, welcome, welcome, welcome. We're at broadcast number 72. We're pressing towards 100. We're pressing towards 1,000 members, and we want to welcome you to another live episode of Black Wealth Empowerment, where we pull back the black curtain, where we share with you things that we don't talk often about. And what is that? Black Wealth Empowerment. What does that mean? What does that look like? How do we accomplish that? Is that real? Can we achieve it? Why bother? Why should we even go through the trouble of doing it? It must be difficult because we haven't done it up to this point, to where it has empowered us. It has empowered others. It continues to empower others. So what do we have to do to have our black wealth empower us? That's what we strive to help us to understand. This is what we strive to shine light on, brothers and sisters, so that we can take the inspiration and the content from this live broadcast and go out and answer those questions. Go out and be determined the final way. To go out and qualify ourselves for the empowering position that awaits us. It's awaiting us, right? It's void. So other people come and fill the void. Voids will always be filled eventually. That's the law of the universe. Voids will always be filled. Okay? So if that's a law of God, then we should understand that law and be found filling that law, because it's a void for a reason and it's needed for a reason. So you and I have to be the ones to fill that void. This is the hour of power, where we come hard for an hour with inspiration and the practical application. All right? Inspiration and application. It's those two things. Inspiration, the unseen, and application is the seen. That what you do with your hands to produce something that you can see with your eyes. All right. So welcome, 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 brothers and sisters. You know what to do. If you're already a part of the private, elusive, exclusive Facebook group, go ahead and put your information in there, right? Because we're going to read off here shortly who's present and accounted for. Right? They say 80% of success is showing up. So you need to show up, not once, not twice, not 3 times, not every now and then, not when I get a chance, not if I have time, right? We have to show up every time, every time. You know, brothers and sisters, many times the winner goes to the one who's most consistent. Most consistent means more consistent than everybody else. The way we are empowered is we have to be consistent in doing the right things. We have to do them every day, the right things every day, with the sole objective, the sole purpose, the sole function is economic empowerment. Economic empowerment. Okay? Because we have to fend for ourselves. Now is the time, brothers and sisters. I mean, we better hurry up, because time is running out. Time is running out. You know, most of us would make $1 million in a lifetime. Just the average wage earner would make $1 million in a lifetime. They'll have access to $1 million that they've earned. So $1 million is not a small, unreachable number. I mean, a big, unreachable number. We physically produce and earn $1 million, I should say, $1 million in a lifetime. So the goal is, how can we collapse time frames? How can we shorten that time to make the same million? You're making it anyway. We just feel poor because it's all stretched out over 40 years, right? And we keep so very little of it. We keep so very little of it. That's why it seems like we just can't get ahead. That's why it seems like we're just poor. That's why it seems like, I don't have enough. And you really don't have enough. But you don't have enough not because you wasn't given enough to work with. We don't have enough because we don't know what to do with what we've been given enough of. We don't know what to do with it. So here at Black Wealth Empowerment Live, we strive to do our very best, and within 1 hour, in one day of the week, to raise the economic consciousness up, the level of consciousness, raise it up, so we can get out of the kindergarten of economics, the kindergarten of money, thinking that money starts and stops on making it, earning it, getting a job, getting a degree, making 100,000, making 50,000, making 20,000, making 200,000. We have to mature and understand that that's elementary. Just making it is elementary. Keeping it is intermediate. Expanding it is where we want to be. Expanding it is where the big boys play, right? Not making it, not keeping it, but the big boys play in expansion. Empowerment comes from growth, from expansion. As time goes on, you need to expand. As our population gets bigger and grows, it needs to expand. It has to expand. It can't stay the same and can't shrink. Staying the same and shrinking, brothers and sisters, in a growing universe is a sign of death. You grow to your death. You don't die to your death. Let me say that again. Somebody put that in the private, exclusive Facebook group. We grow to our death. We don't die to our death. Right? The saying goes like this. Some of us have died at 50 years old, but we only make it official at 72. Right? Some of us are dead already. Dead to the economic empowerment potential that we have. We're just dead. We've bought in and accepted the lie that we're broke. Right? We've accepted that. So we think that we don't have enough to get started. We don't have enough to purchase the ticket to get on the train. We don't have enough. And we're here at Black Wealth Empowerment Live, brothers and sisters. We're here to let you know you do have enough. You're enough. You're enough. You are what it takes. You are what it is that's going to get you what you don't have. You're what it is that's going to get you the money. So if you don't have any money, then determine what is it that I have to do with what I already have. Okay? What I already have. That's the question. That's how we empower ourselves. Stop looking for some benevolent somebody else. Well, if Shaq gave some of his money, and if the government gave some of their money, they help out other people. They don't help out us. If we prove through our action and commitment and dedication that we're going to do it with them or without them, you and I will be surprised on who will help us. Right? Everybody likes that little train that could. But we're the little train that not could, but we're the little train that will and is. Because everybody's not asleep, brothers and sisters. It just take one of us, right? To be in the making. So in 2 years, 3 years, 5 years from now, it'll be said, where did he come from? Where did she come from? Right? Seems like overnight. They always say that, right? Overnight success. God is creating a person, group of people, groups of minds that's going to lead us where we need to be economically as free and independent people. Right? That is our goal, to go out and be a part of that vibration, be a part of that mindset, be a part of the groups of individuals that are going to lend themselves in that cause, in that mission. Right? It's just ordinary people like you and I, brothers and sisters. Right? Steve Harvey was an ordinary person. Kathy Hughes was an ordinary lady, ordinary sister. But you know what has made them extraordinary people? They started doing extraordinary things. What are you waiting on to be extraordinary? You need another book? No, you don't need another book. You need another good lecture? No, you don't need another good lecture. Right? You need to find a mentor? No, you don't need to find a mentor. If a mentor comes, that helps. Seminar comes, that helps. Another book comes, it helps. But it can only help what already exists. What are you waiting on? Go ahead and start formulating your mind. Start learning what it takes to do extraordinary things. What it is that I have to do, have to become. And it's simply put into action every day. those things that have been proven, to produce extraordinary results. Be clear on what it is that you want to do. Have a basic understanding of what are the steps required for your achievement. Okay, you want economic empowerment for yourself. What's required? For your family, that's a little bit bigger. That includes more than one person. What's required? For your community, that's a little bit bigger. That's a whole community of people. What does that require? You're talking about community. What are you talking about? You're talking about the black community where you live, the black community where you went to school, the alma mater that you went to school. So what black community are you talking about? What our community are you talking about? You have to be clear, and you have to be found every day pushing towards that goal, meaning investing, brothers and sisters. There is no economic or any kind of empowerment without a constant, regular investment. Right? Investment of your commitment, investment of your time, investment of your energy, investment of whatever it takes to get closer to your goal, to speed up the process. We should be working on speed. Ever since the personal computer, brothers and sisters, it's about speed, right? It's not about a good idea. It's not about, that's nice. It's not about, that's thoughtful, that's considerate. It's not about that. It's about speed. How fast can you move towards your goal? How fast? How fast can you go? Right? Not recklessly, but on purpose. Right? How fast can a professional race car driver drive his car? How fast? Right? How fast? Don't you think it'll look different? Me, an untrained race car driver driving fast versus a professional race car driver driving fast? Don't you think someone with a trained eye can just look at those two cars on a track of many and know that's an amateur driver, that's a professional driver, right? And we be going the same speed. So I'm saying speed, but you have to have the skill set so you won't waste a lot of energy, right? Focusing just on speed, but understand speed is the key. See, once you get the fundamentals down, the fundamentals of the art of speed car driving, then you just add speed to it. So once we get the fundamental understanding of economic empowerment, not the, we don't, you know what I'm saying? It's not required a degree. You're not getting a job. So it's not getting all the information that's available, all the information you need to get. Get all the information you need to get that's required. Not just more and more and more because it feels good, more and more and more because you think you need more. You don't know how much you need until you take what you have and go out and implement it. Then you know you need more, right? A cook knows she needs more when she tastes it, not looking at it. Oh, it looks like it need more sugar. Oh, it looks like it need more salt. Oh, it looks like it need more onion powder. It can't look at it and tell. So it tastes, right? Test it out. Get a sample, right? And you got to go out there and test it. Get a sample. Try it out and see, okay, I need to tweak it a little bit here. I don't need more. I just need to tweak what I got. Oh, that worked. I need to do more of that. Oh, man. I need to do that faster. Man, that's the result I got. Man, how quick can I get that? How fast can I multiply that result? That's what it's about, brothers and sisters, here at Black Wealth Empowerment. This is no joke. This is no game. This is not just some casual. I mean, there's so much stuff on TV that you and I can watch for entertainment purposes only. This is not for entertainment purposes at all, even though you may get entertained. This is for Black wealth empowerment. That's what this platform is for. And it's for those that want to empower themselves, their family, and their community. Right? It should be hard for others to compete in our community for businesses. It should be hard for them. We should have a choice. Should I go to the black, right, with a dollar store, or the other dollar store? Should I go to the black pedicurist nail place, or should I go to the other one? See, we want to be equal without being equal. Where they do that at? We want to be equal without being equal. Somebody explain that to me. How is that supposed to work? Right? How is a man with $20 in his pocket equal to a man with $25 in his pocket? How are we equal? Oh, you're equal in purchasing power. How about that? Well, we talking about economics here, brothers and sisters. Don't start mixing up stuff, right? We're talking about economics. We're talking about Black wealth empowerment. We're talking about closing the wealth gap between Black people and everybody else. We have the largest wealth gap between white people than any other group other than white people. So what are you doing? What am I doing to closing that gap? Okay, you're closing for yourself. Okay. But what about your family members? What about our community? Who's going to create jobs from this membership that we have here? Who's going to create jobs from this viewership? Right? We barely create jobs for ourselves as Black entrepreneurs. What about jobs for our children if they want a job, need a job? What about job for our community? Right? Do we have at least one spot that you can offer a brother or a sister that just needs an opportunity? That's Black wealth empowerment. Right? That's Black wealth empowerment. See, Black doesn't have a name on it. It's not Daryl wealth empowerment. It's not Eugene wealth empowerment. Right? It's not Sister Denise wealth empowerment. It's Black wealth empowerment. That's what it is. That's what we're talking about here. That's what we're talking about here. And you can empower Black people other than economically. And we do that. We do a lot of that. It's just the economic piece that we just tend to kind of treat it like a forsaken thing. Kind of like, oh, okay, yeah. Oh, okay, yeah, all right, yeah, right. Economics, right. Oh, yeah, we need jobs, but provide them for ourselves or creating jobs for ourselves. Oh, yeah. Daryl, that's a good idea. Wow. Never thought about that. And that's the problem. It's like, wow, we've been here 460 plus years. And we acting like, oh, that's a new idea. Wow, that's a new thought. Right? So in our community, it's as if you gotta be an athlete, entertainer, right? Or corporate America, or folks that somewhere in the middle is Walmart and Target, and then the brothers that's on the streets doing, non-traditional entrepreneurship. We don't have enough. All we're saying is we don't have enough of us who are focusing on that, who making it a priority. Black wealth economics for ourselves, our family, and our community as a priority. We're not promoting it in our families, with our children, our grandchildren, from a baby. We'll promote go to school, go to college, get a degree. What about entrepreneurship? We're producing all these people to get jobs, but we're not producing job creators, right? That's like all of us promoting what? Fried chicken, but ain't nobody raising chickens. That seems backwards. You gotta have enough producers of chicken. So for all these people that's promoting eat chicken, we got all these black people promoting education to get a job. But we have very small promoting entrepreneurship to create a job. You know, our entrepreneurship is just me. Boy, if I can just make enough so I can floss. If I can just make enough so I can look successful. We're not worrying about a spot for our children if they need a job. Spot for our grandchildren if they need a job. Spot for our community because they do need a job. They do need a job. All right. So the question on the floor tonight in tonight's broadcast is, what are you waiting on? What are you waiting on, brothers and sisters? What are you waiting on? This is the third month. 90 days of the new year is almost gone. A whole quarter of the year is almost behind us. What are you waiting on? What are you waiting on? Right? What are you waiting on? We have to have somebody in our community to push us. Well, you don't know what I'm doing. I'm doing good. I made $5,000 a month. So what are you talking about? What am I waiting on? Right? A coach, a trainer is always pushing you to do more. Right? Your coach or trainer knows how far you've gotten, how far you've come. They're still pushing. They still know there's more. They know you can do better. Right? There's more than $5,000 on the table for you. That's a good start. There's more and more, not just for you, for your family and the community. See, that's why we revel at these relatively small numbers, $5,000 a month, right? Why? Because that's good enough for you as an individual. That maybe even be good enough for you and your family, $60,000 a year. That's peanuts. That's peanuts. That's a drop in the bucket when it comes to our community, right? When our unemployment in our black community is double that of white people, that means we'll have to create jobs twice as fast as they create jobs. Twice as fast. Where's that happening? Right, brothers and sisters? If you believe in that philosophy, if you have a desire to empower our community economically, then ask God how. Be looking for a way. That's what our job is, right? The scripture says, seek and ye shall find. So our job is to seek. And we will find, knock, and the door shall be open. So our job is to knock. Your job and my job is to look. To look. To look. What can I get in on? Can I get in? Right? Like I used to play basketball. Can I get in on this game? You just go to a basketball court, don't know anybody. Can I get in? Right? Can I get in on this game? That's what we do. That's what we do. Can I get in on this game? Let me see what we got here, brothers and sisters. That's what we do. Can I get in? What's going on? Can I get in? Can I get in on this game? That's what we need to say. Can I get in on this money? What y'all doing? Can I get in on this hand of spade? Right? Can I get in? But you don't have to ask anybody else that. You have to ask yourself that. Can I get in? Can I get in? I don't know. Can you? The answer is yes. You can get in if you want to get in. But you got to want to get in bad enough. Right? You got to be bad enough to get in bad enough, to want to get in bad enough. That's what we have to do, brothers and sisters. That's the name of the game. right? The name of the game is Black Wealth Empowerment. That's the name of the game. That's what we have to do. So welcome to Black Wealth Empowerment Live, Google Hangout. We're waiting on our Courage Coach. We got about 20 more minutes of Hour of Power. We hope he can join us. But wherever he is, we pray to God that he's safe, right? We pray to God that he's safe so he can join us next week. Join us next week. We want to get into four things you can do, brothers and sisters. All right. Here's the application. That was the motivation. Now here's the application. Here's what we need to do. Instructions. Number one, keep some of your money in your pocket, please, brothers and sisters. Don't spend it all. Keep some. Don't worry about how much. Just keep as much as you can in your pocket, in your hand. Hold on to it. Right? Stop using what they call retail therapy. You feel bad, you spend money. You feel good, you spend money. You don't feel nothing at all, you spend money. Right? You have a reason you spend money. You don't have a reason you spend money. You just spend money. We have to hold on to some of this money as much as we can. Play a game with yourself. See how much you can hold on to. See, it's one thing to be poor because you're holding on to money, right? Because you're trimming the fat off of your lifestyle, so you're saving money, right? So that's voluntary poorness, if you will. But it ain't the same as if you're involuntarily poor. You ain't got no choice because you just don't have enough money for the month. You run out of money before you run out of month. And if that's your situation, brothers and sisters, but you only know that's your situation until you put forth a wholehearted effort to sit down with your finances and to go after each expense, all expenses, even the miscellaneous expenses. That's where much of our money is being lost. It's leaking out and underneath the miscellaneous section, right? The miscellaneous section. So we don't count all the times we stopped to buy some chips, all the time we stopped to buy some soda, all the times we went to the red box, right? All the time we went to the movies. We just count water bill, light bill, car note, insurance, cell phone bill. But what about this other stuff over here, the miscellaneous things? So after you've gone down, after you've actually sat down, let's don't say, oh, I don't have enough. I don't have enough to say. Sit down, write down, go and get actual numbers. Get your light bill, get your water bill. Keep all your receipts. If you don't have your receipt, then do what I do. I use my debit card for everything. So if I don't have a receipt, I can just go online, pull up my account, and see my expenses and add them up. The bank will help you if you use your debit card. Now, but some of us that got bad credit, you got a debit card. Use your debit card. You never have your credit never too bad for a debit card. All right? So after you've done that, and you can't say you have nothing, but let's just say, I've done that, Daryl. I've done that, and I just don't have no money. I just don't have no money. So either you're living to the penny, which is impossible to do every month. Woo, man, I'm down. I had just enough. You either have not enough or you have more. Right? You either have not enough or more. What happens is we spend miscellaneously to as we don't have enough, or we spend miscellaneously until we fall short. That's why you got to do step number one. Look at what you're spending and say, well, okay, I'm going to cut some of this out. I don't need to eat 3 meals a day. I'm going to cut it down to 2. I don't need to spend money out on food. I'm going to fix my food and take it with me. There's a way, brothers and sisters. No one has, you're not the first person to be in your financial situation that have gotten out. Believe that. All right. So number 2, if that is the case or isn't the case, number 2, we should always be working on number 2 simultaneously. Increase your income. Increase your income. Now we're not talking about go, buy $1,000 a month. Right? If you can, that's good. If you can't, that's all right too. That's what I'm just trying to tell you. Right? Well, if all I can find is a way, Brother Daryl, all I can find is a way to make an extra $200 a month. Well, that's good. Do that. Increase your income and hold on to that. Increase your income and save that. Save that. That's number 2. Increase your income. Number 3, here's what we have to do. We're talking about Black wealth empowerment. Up to that point, that was empowerment for yourself, for your family. Now here it is for the community. You do all of them simultaneously. You make all of that your economic plan. So what it is that we do next? We buy our necessities from Black companies. Our necessities. 3 areas of necessities: food, shelter, and clothing, and those that are subsections of that. Those that come from food, shelter, and clothing, for life necessities, we call them. Life necessities. All right? They surround food, shelter, and clothing. Life necessities. Okay? For example, we all use toilet paper. Buy your toilet paper from freedompapercompany.com. Black owned, operated, freedompapercompany.com. Right? Get it from there. What about food? Buy good quality food. See, when you buy quality food, you don't have to eat as much because the food is full of nutrients and proteins. This food that we get now that looks full of protein, nutrients and protein is really empty. They're empty calories. So go to ablenetwork.com. ablenetwork.com. Step number 3, buy your necessities from Black-owned businesses. Black-owned businesses. At minimum, the way we can empower our Black community outside of you setting up a business is support Black businesses. What does that mean? That means go out of your way. What does that mean? That means you pay it more. What does that mean? That means you put up with unnecessary foolishness for a greater cause. You put up with stuff in other parts of your life because you have to. Do the same here. Right? That's step number 3. Right? Buy your necessities from Black businesses. Right? And God will bless you for participating in his plan of empowerment, right? Of sharing, of paying it forward, of being a part of a cause bigger than yourself. Right? It's very, I would say here it is, it's very unhumane to be selfish. It's very unhumane, unhuman-like, to only be concerned with yourself. Nobody likes a person that's only concerned with themselves. They don't care about anybody else. Nobody truly likes a person like that. That's step number 3. Number 4 is rinse and repeat. Do those all over again. Number 1, keep more of what you have. Keep more of what you have. It's your money. Stop giving it away like it's not yours, like you don't want it, like it's a disease, like it's a plague. Right? Step number 1, keep your money. You can always save. If you just take your spare change and put it in a jar. Spare change, put it in a jar. Spare change, put it in a jar. The goal here is develop the discipline, the muscle, right? The muscle of saving. That's the beginning of it. That opens up the consciousness. The money consciousness is opened by you saving and holding on more to your money. That's step number 1. Step number 2, increase. Always looking for an increase. Increase your income. Always look for ways to increase your income. Now understand this, brothers and sisters, especially if you want to increase it with entrepreneurship. Know that it's not always going to work. Know that you're going to lose some money. Know that, things aren't going to go as planned. But that's not the reason to abandon entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship is nothing but a mathematical formula that you have to solve. And the mathematical formula is unique to you. That's your formula that you have to figure out. Different from my formula, and I have to figure out. So increase. God is in the increasing business, right? He's in the increasing business. So that's number 2. Number 3 is buy necessities from Black businesses. Buy your toilet paper from freedompapercompany.com. Buy your food from ablenetworking.com. ablenetwork.com. Food, real food, not fake food, not artificial food, not imitation food, food that looks like food, but is really not food. We're talking about real food, wholesome food, wholesome food. And number 4, brothers and sisters, do that all over again. Make that a way of life. Just like some people wake up and jog every day. Wake up, exercise every day. Wake up, pray every day. Wake up, read their Bible every day. Wake up, read their Quran every day. Wake up, meditate every day. Wake up, visualize every day. They just do that every day. They made it a habit. And if they don't do it, they say something's wrong. Something doesn't feel right. Oh, I forgot to do it today. And they don't say, oh, well, if they can, they'll stop what they're doing. Do it, because they may not can do 10 reps. They'll stop and say, oh, I forgot to do them. So let me do 2 real quick. Keep the habit up. The habit. It's about the discipline of habit. The discipline of habit. That's what we're talking about today. What are you waiting on, brothers and sisters? What are you waiting on? It's time to go, full speed ahead. And like the angels told Lot, don't look to your left, worrying about who's on the side of you, who's with you. Don't look to your right, wondering who with you, if your homeboy with you, if your wife with you, if your husband with you. Don't look to the left or the right. The angels tell them you stay focused, full speed ahead on me until we get out of Sodom and Gomorrah. And that's what you and I have to do, brothers and sisters. Don't worry about who's coming with you. Don't worry about who's on your left or your right. You just keep your eyes on the prize until you get there. When you get there, then you look around to your right, to your left, and see who made it. Right? And see who made it. So Black Wealth Empowerment Live, Google Hangout, number 72. What are you waiting on? Go and do those 3 steps, brothers and sisters. Share it in Google. YouTube. Watch this again on YouTube. Share on YouTube. Share on YouTube. We're going to go for 100 broadcasts and 1,000 members. That's our next threshold. But I can't do it by myself. Courage Coach can't do it by himself. Sister Brandy can't do it by herself. But if every one of you just do a little bit, we'll blow past that like nothing. That's what it takes to empower our community. That's what it takes to build Black wealth empowerment. It takes enough of us doing enough to reach that goal. That's what we're here for. We're looking for those that have that same spirit, who know now's the time and they can't wait another day, and they're not waiting on another day. They're not waiting on another seminar. They're not waiting on another Google Hangout. They're not waiting on another seminar to come to town. They're not waiting on the latest and the greatest. They're not waiting on the next sexiest thing to come through like sliced bread. They're not waiting on anything else. They made up their mind, made a decision, and they're committed, and they're starting right now. All right, brothers and sisters, so thank you so very much. Happy to have you with us. Sorry, I had to check on the Courage Coach, make sure he's all right. Well, we pray to God that he's all right, but we're happy that you came to join us. We're happy that you were here. All right? So we'll see you next week, God willing. As always, we'll see you at the top. That's right. We'll see you at the top, brothers and sisters. Where? At the top, not from the top. Because you, your family, but most importantly, our Black community deserves your very best. So go out and be your very best this week. And God willing, we'll see you next Sunday for broadcast number 73. All right? Take care, everybody. Take care. God bless.